Evening, one and all. I'm Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for the evening, as we're here now on Thursday, the 20th of June, 2024, 6:10 p.m. Central Time. We're going to get into the metal markets in a minute here. Very interesting day. Looks like a bit of a reversal taking place now to the upside. Stock indices are a wild bunch right now, and we have a lot coming up. Before I go too far, maybe we should look and see what the data is going to look like. You get what's called Triple Witching Friday tomorrow. And that happens when on the third Fridays of March, June, September, and December, stock options, stock index futures, and stock index options on futures all expire at one time. And it gets pretty darn wild. There's maybe, I was reading, $5.5 trillion worth of expirations going to happen tomorrow. A lot of it gets sold off, replaced, rebalanced. XLK will rebalance. I just read an article as much as they'll be buying $10 billion worth of NVIDIA and dumping about $11 billion of Apple in their rebalancing as to how it's done at the end of the quarter. The Conference Board on Friday morning is going to release their monthly leading, coincident, and lagging indicators. Natural gas storage report will come out at 9:30, a day later than normal because of the Juneteenth. We get the cattle on feed report at 2 o'clock tomorrow, and we get some grain export numbers coming out as well. So it will be something for everybody. You sold off pretty big in natural gas, and that was the key to me. Would the market be able to hold up with all this hot weather, or would moderation reports of the weather break the market after the one-day holiday? And it weighed on the market. In addition, you've got a lot of market where we've been, the producers have been putting more out there to make up for the demand that's happening out east, especially where they're sweltering near 100-degree temperatures plus. Now, you know, you're also getting bad weather in Texas. You've seen Alberto has hit. Now there's another tropical depression forming on the East Coast near the upper part of Florida, and another storm right behind Alberto could form for next week, hitting the same area of Texas. So because of the warm weather, we keep our eye on what's going on in Africa, because that's where a lot of the big storms form, and then they travel the ocean. We'll see what goes on, but there's nervousness going on here, and obviously insurance costs are going to go crazy. Bonds and notes did sell off today. Cotton tried up and then sold off about, nearly 100 points from its high, as you can see here. You held very well in the crude, but you are really overbought. And I'll get into all that when we get over into the financial market. So let's go right here. In the gold market, as long as you stay over the 18-week average of closes, I have a bullish bias. Then I looked at the chart and I said, you know, the market's gone and stepping ladders down. Will this be it? I gave a couple of numbers where you might go down to. Didn't have to hit them, but what could the market do? Well, the pattern that is now formed is one of higher lows and higher highs. So the market has broke the short-term downtrend. In order to break this pattern, you'd have to get back under 2320.20. So, well, 2,320.20. Got it? That would be the number you have to break. The support now comes in, and I expect to see the pros buying this market on pullbacks to 2350.320, risking in that general area we're talking about, and looking to see can they drive the market up near that 2395 area. What's really happened is you've taken the Bollinger Bands, narrowed them in as prices came down, and you've taken some volatility out of the market. The bigger question is, was this the correction? Past tense, and is the market ready to move on to the upside? Momentum-wise, you're up here. Bias-wise, you're up, and the trend is up. So to me, it's all systems are go. In the gold-silver ratio, notice how silver has fallen back under this 18-day average. So silver had to have a big day today, and as you can see, let me just take you to it so you can see how big. The market was up $1.25, 4.25%. So you ended this decline, you've come over and gotten rid of the lower high, lower low, and at the same time, you paused out just enough this week to throw the market back in an uptrend. You were oversold, never embedded. I wouldn't be surprised if the pros are buying the market on pullbacks to the 18-day average with stops right underneath the lows that we saw. Let me get to it here so you can see it at 28.98. 50. That's a big risk, so don't think it isn't, but it's there. It's a 35-cent risk or so. In the copper market, I was looking for the market to come up and challenge the 18-day average once it lost its bearish embedded reading. As far as I'm concerned, it's done it. Will it be able to go up from here becomes the big question. When we take a look at platinum, it held here. When it lost its bearish embedded reading, I said I think it could make a run to the upper 18-day average. That's the closest main moving average, and that's exactly what I'm still looking for. In the dollar, you're still in an uptrend. Contract highs are a ways off and you're overbought. I'm nervous here when you get overbought this close to a Bollinger Band and an all-time high. A recent high in the dollar is the right term. So just be a bit cautious. Pullbacks, though, are probably still okay, but being overbought, I don't think you're going to see the pros deploy new money until it either embeds or corrects that part of the market. Now remember, you hear me talk all this jargon, and there's so much to be had in our different free offers. The Arun indicator, pivot points, which I use all the time. The Linn and Associates research, you want ideas on cash spreads, future spreads, what the market's doing. The seasonality with the More Research Center. I use that all the time. Guide to Technical Indicators 1 and 2, which covers what you just saw me doing here. At the end, when you choose on our website what you want, you put in your name, your information. If you have any comments for us, just hit send. Typically within 2 business days, we get everything into your mailbox and delivered to you. Sometimes it's within hours. It just depends how swamped we are. Go to irapstein.com, free offers, or move your cursor to the top up here at any point, and you can get those as well. That's another way to get to it. If you have questions, call my staff. Where's the phone number? Here it is. Okay, remember it's opposite here. So you go like that. When I look at the camera, example, what hand do you think I'm holding up, all right? Is it right or left, It's flipped, believe me. All right, I'm Ira Epstein. You have yourself a great evening, and I'll catch up with you all in the morning.